is Matthew Taylor from Berkeley Heights, New Jersey, and I just wanted to emphasize that today, during the meeting tonight, it's clear that the Union County Freeholders operates similar to how a director in Hollywood operates. They need to review the script and approve it before you're allowed to act. They were not very happy with my wife and I asking to have the opportunity to present a 5-minute video off of YouTube, which is a popular website. Many people, even 5-year-olds, can get onto it. So it shouldn't be a technical glitch. It shouldn't take a few days to approve it. They were asking, before we could get permission for this 5-minute script or video, we need to give them a few days notice. And the issue is that I have a specific cognitive deficit. It makes it hard for me to sequence or capture complex information in sequence. Because of my deficit, I was asking them to allow us to present this particular video off a website. Very easy to do. 5-year-old can hit up youtube.com. That's it. Hi, my name is Matthew Taylor from Berkeley Heights, New Jersey. I just have one question on 2011-613. This Human Services Advisory Council, specifically if they would help people who have been put under illegal guardianships in New Jersey. That's it. Thank you.
Through you, Madam Chair, I think the answer is no.
Nicole Dorado actually came back and said only county employees and agents of the county can do presentations at freeholder meetings. And she's really not allowing American with Disabilities accommodations for my husband, because what we wanted to show was a very succinct guardianship video that a group called GRADE in Texas put together on how it's detrimental to the disabled and the elderly guardianship proceedings, because the ones that are winning are the winners in those proceedings are the judges, the attorneys, and the professional, so-called professional fiduciaries, and they're making phenomenal money off the ill, disabled, and elderly. Now, I have to say thank you to Tina and John and Bruce for continuing to tape the budget meetings, because finally I understand why the county does not step into this matter, even though that there's illegal guardianships going on in the courts. Our surrogate was so succinct in bragging that they actually get money back from the state courts for contested probate issues. So that means if an elderly person dies and their family gets into the courts, it's really advantageous to let that judge run up bills for 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years, whatever they want. And the county's not going to stop it and say, what's going on here? You're wasting people's money, because they get fees back for that. So the surrogate was so eloquent in saying that most of their money was funded from contested probate. Well, the other part of contested probate are guardianship proceedings, and people are not getting out of these proceedings until the attorneys take all the money. And that is a problem, because then the person is indigent. And the court doesn't care, because the alleged ward then can't do anything. And that's why they're bringing down these illegal guardianships, because once they've drained every single dime out of this person, if they have less rights than a prisoner, they can't complain to no one. Their guardian, if they're a professional guardian, an attorney that's getting paid $200, $500, $1,000 an hour, is going to make sure that person isn't going to say that they're ripping them off. So it's very interesting that the county now, Nicole, it took 2 minutes to click on that. I'm sure all the freeholders could have looked at it. They would have seen it was a professional video done very well, and it precisely said what my husband would like to say.
Lynn Taylor, and I'm from Berkeley Heights, New Jersey. I think I told you almost a little less than a year ago the winds of change are coming for guardianship abuse, and they are. 19 states went together and told their stories in the Rayburn building, and it was videotaped for Congress and the senators. When they heard my husband speak and several others, Danny Tate, who I've stood up here and advocated for also, they said, how are these people under guardianship? When we went into Senator Menendez's office, they said, how is your husband under guardianship? When media met my husband, they were like, how is he under guardianship? How are they getting away with this? Well, you guys gave me a hint when you had the budget meetings. And shame on Union County. You are part of the problem. Our surrogate bragged that too bad we're not like Middlesex County with the J&J family, because that was like an annuity. Contested events in the probate courts. So you guys admit that you are part of the problem. People come and they tell you they don't belong under them, and you guys are like, that's what's funding our surrogate's office. So you are as responsible as the courts. I loved when the surrogate said that they get kickback money for it. Shame on Union County. George, what are you thinking? You got love, hope, strength. You're sitting. Oh, sure. Madam Chairman, what is George thinking? He's got love, hope, strength. He says that he cares for people that have cancer. My husband was half paralyzed in 2000. George lives in my town. Has he ever offered a helping hand? What are all of you thinking? I want to know if the Disability Board is going to look into this matter. Because then I found case law where Judge John F. Malone admits he knows what the guardian statute says. Yet he brought down a full plenary guardianship on my husband. Totally illegal. But hey, why would the county care when those those contested matters make the county money? I was so disgusted, but I thank Tina and John and Bruce for what they do every day. They help me figure out the parts of the puzzle that makes all of you accountable for this. You called the Board of Education terrorists, Mr. Sullivan? Well, I think this is terrorist towards the disabled. Also, today, because my husband has a disability, we asked that my husband be able to play something from YouTube stating about guardianship. We were told that that's not allowed. But the Valerie Clinic was allowed to show a video. I asked that Nicole get Seb to bring that up on the monitors and play it for my husband, because that's his way to communicate about guardianship abuse. He has the right to advocate for something that's illegal upon him. And by you guys denying him that right, you deny the disabled the right for freedom of speech and to change the perception so people in Union County are warned what is happening in the probate courts. And you guys are taking money from matters that are contested and not stopping the abuse. Thank you.
It precisely said what my husband would like to say. So we thought this was the succinct way to do it, and they refused to do it. Then the chairwoman said afterwards, well, we have to review it. And I said, well, I guess nobody does presentations till, you approve ours too. And she got really kind of huffy about it and not very nice about it. And I don't understand why they're trying to hide this if they have nothing to hide.
Okay. You want to say? Okay.
I do want to add to that. Recently, my wife and I were asked to speak at the U.S. Congress in Washington, D.C. on behalf of families who have been victimized by abusive practices in guardianship. And we learned a few interesting facts. This area of abusive practices and guardianships is really starting to add up to very significant money that's being systematically extorted from the estates of disabled, elderly, and vulnerable members of our society. In in 2007, MetLife did a study where they estimated $2.9 billion has been extorted this way. This year, the gentleman in Congress estimated this year's monies that will be transferred from these estates to the pockets of corrupt lawyers and judges throughout America is $1 trillion. And this is a real number. It's really starting to add up, and it's being characterized as massive health care fraud because a lot of the people are being stuffed into nursing homes and given medical treatments that they really don't need, just to jack up the bills. So this is a way of controlling the wards at the expense of the U.S. taxpayer, and that's who's paying for this at the end of the day. It's not just the wards. At the end of the day, it's the U.S. taxpayers that's getting hit with a very large bill, and I hope people, lawmakers and people in power are paying attention when they see this video. That not only this is not a New Jersey only problem, it's a United States problem. It's happening throughout the country, and somebody needs to address this. Thank you.
I have one more thing about that. If people really are interested on how bold the attorneys are getting about this, they need to go into the August 2010 New Jersey Law Manual, Law Journal, and pull up some articles on guardianship. A woman attorney was bragging that judges, if they know they can throw somebody on Medicaid or Medicare, give them better legal fees. So that means if they see if there's $1 million there, the judge says, okay, we'll just keep this in the court till the million is over, and we're throwing that person in a nursing home. Then if a family member happens to get the guardianship and tries to block them stealing or taking some of this money illegally, there's another page that says, and if you can't get the money out of the guardian, get the judge to remove the family member. Way to go. The best you've ever seen. But I couldn't say it any better, but you should look in the Law Journal.